Alrighty, we are live. Welcome everyone to another episode
What's up?
of the Good Pickins podcast here with Marcus and myself.
Hey,
We are running on, I'm running on caffeine today, and that's very rare for me. We,
really? Yeah, because you don't never drink
I
coffee.
never drink coffee, but man, I have just been so tired, been busy, with getting the new year off, getting the new year started right, really.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I'm running on caffeine. We both have our vintage Rams gear on tonight, so we're ready. We're ready. We hope you guys are
yeah,
doing
man.
well.
I'm chilling, man. I'm up to doing 60 listings a day now, so
And
it's
that's 10 more, right, than
no, it's just
before?
five more.
Five more.
So
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
not too bad, man.
Yeah,
Nothing that I can't handle.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I know I started my year off with honestly just trying to get my death pile in order, and that was mostly shirts, like just tops.
Yeah.
And I got most of the way through it already in a couple days, so
How
I'm
many
like
did you
I'm
have?
I'm ready to go. I want to say like maybe around like 40ish tops or so.
Okay, it's not too bad.
So I mean, I rocked it out in 2 days. Got a like
Yeah,
it gave me an idea of like, all right, I could if like I only focused on just clothing, like
yeah,
this could be the way. So
right, yeah,
it's a matter of just getting to the point where I need to like source more clothing,
right,
but
yeah,
that's to be determined. So
right.
I don't think I'm at your level of like sourcing 100 pieces,
Well,
a rotation, but
Wednesday I think I left with like just a little over 300.
okay, okay,
Yeah, man.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I was looking for you on Monday. I went for the Monday
I
morning
didn't I
rotation.
didn't come. I
Yeah.
didn't come because the holiday had it messed up. I didn't get my payout
Oh,
on
okay.
Monday, so I didn't come.
Well, dang.
I mean, I guess I could have, but
Yeah.
I'm up to spending like $500 on inventory each time I go now. So I wanted to wait for my payout
No,
instead of like
exactly. You
using
wanna,
it.
yeah, you wanna have your
Yeah,
ducks in a
you know what I
row.
mean.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
So the
But
Monday the binge trips are pretty expensive with gas, food for the whole day,
of
and
course,
with inventory. You know what I
of
mean.
course,
So
yeah.
I try to make sure I'm not like dipping in them, funds that shouldn't be used for business.
Right. Right. No, absolutely. What's up, Elle and Michelle?
What's
Welcome,
going
welcome.
on, guys?
When is it going to shorten to just flippers? Because you're not going to be aspiring the whole time, right?
Yeah. Take the aspiring off now.
You
You
know what I'm
guys been
saying?
doing it
Like
for a
you're
little
big
minute.
time. You're putting on the big
Uh,
boy pants.
let's see here. They've had their channel since 2013, so I assume I don't know. Have you guys been flipping since 2013?
Maybe not. Or maybe they just consider it always a work in progress. Maybe they're always aspiring to be that much better?
That makes sense. That does make
It
sense.
could be. What's up, Nita? How are you?
Hey, Nita,
Welcome,
what's going on?
welcome. It's good to see you guys.
My brother said he's gonna try and pop in. I don't know if he's gonna.
That's what's up.
He's got something to do at 7. So I told him, if he gets the time to, hop in.
How
But
is
it's
your
always
brother
inspiring.
doing?
He's doing pretty good, man.
Good. Good. Cuz
God's blessing him, man.
cuz he moved to a different portion of the same
Right.
thrift
He's at the
company that he's
same
working.
place, but now he's I think he's like some type of manager there now. But yeah, he's still there. He's just a staff member now.
Okay. Okay.
Instead of being like in the treatment, like once he's completed his
Gotcha.
treatment, he's working there now.
Yeah,
Which
like
is
give
good.
we'll give a little background to like why he was there, if you don't mind, like for
So,
people that
I
don't
mean,
know.
we both come from like, really, we come from the streets, man. So like drug usage, criminals, committing crimes and stuff. His were way less serious than mine were. Like his was just like possession and like stealing charges. But so he ended up getting locked up again, and they were like, either you go to Teen Challenge and get your life on track, or you go to prison for a couple years. So he went to the Teen Challenge. It's a faith based, like they believe in the road to recovery is through Christ, and
Okay.
he joined up and did that, and he completed the program a little over 2 months now, I think, and
Okay.
he signed on to be a staff member there, and he's been doing good, flying straight, and
Well,
Proud
good.
of him, man.
Good. That's awesome. And he older or
Yeah.
younger? I can't remember.
We're identical twins, so
Oh, that's
like we
right.
look alike and we're the same age.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I always
So,
forget that. I always forget
but he is
that.
older. He's older by 55 seconds.
Okay, that's right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
not is there another brother? Or am I
There's
making that
another
up?
brother, but
Okay, okay.
he's older. He's a year older. His name
Okay.
is Josh.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
You can quiz me on this later if you want.
Oh no, it's all good. I got a sister too. I
Yeah,
got two
I
sisters.
remember you had talking about how you had a sister
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right. Well, that's cool. No, I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad to hear that he's progressing through that. So
Yeah, man. So he was signed on to do 6 months as a staff member, but he said that he's going to stay on for a year, just to help as many guys as he can, and just to make sure that he's where he needs to be at when he comes home.
gotcha, gotcha. So he gets to help other people that were in his
Yeah.
shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet that's a good
He's doing
feeling
what
though.
they did for him. So yeah, it's definitely you got to give it away to keep it, like return the favor type thing.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So
Well,
yeah,
that hopefully
it
like
does feel good.
keeps that ball sort of rolling, the proverbial
Right.
ball rolling,
Yep.
like you know.
Well,
So
some of the best drug counselors and things like that for people that are in recovery are former addicts because they can relate. Like a
yeah,
person that, has never done drugs can't tell me how to stay off drugs
right,
because
right,
you've never done it.
right.
You know what I mean? And
You
then
can
you're probably going to be more judgmental than anything instead of coming from an understanding place, you
sure,
know?
sure. Well,
So,
I mean, maybe not so much that. I mean, I hope if you're a drug counselor and you're there not because of your former addiction, but because you're there because you are educated
you
in that
want to help.
field or something like
Yeah.
that, you wouldn't be judgmental. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like you just can't read from a book, and be like, "All right, I know exactly how to
Right.
counsel people who are drug addicts." Like
Yep. Yep.
there is no better person than somebody that's been there
Right.
because it is such a traumatic life path, I mean, it's
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Got Jessica in the building. What's up, Jessica?
What's up? What's up? Also, yeah, you had mentioned that Ellen Michelle did say that they were always aspiring, and I do love that. I do love that.
Yep. Nita said, "Hey Marcus, just thought I would update you on my eBay selling. I was supposed to start last month, but started this month. 3 sales by far. Hey, nice. So that's 3 sales for this month right here. So that's like almost a sale a day.
That's almost
Let's
a sale
go.
a day. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. What
that's
are
good. How many items do you got
Yeah, I
listed?
was gonna say what kind of items and how many are we talking so far?
Right. Hey, that's pretty good though.
Ellen Michelle said,
Uh,
no, just 1.5 years now at this point, and we don't do YouTube. Maybe someday. Okay, gotcha.
yeah. Well, I've seen you
Gotcha.
got like 8 videos, but they're so far spaced apart that I figure you weren't content creators.
Well, I mean, it's basically free to try. I mean,
It
you can
really
literally
is.
just
They literally give you a channel.
I mean, you can record on your phone. It might not be the greatest quality, but you can record on your phone. You can download software for free. There's free YouTube tutorials. Like you could do
I
it.
feel that everyone in the world should have a YouTube channel.
Dude,
I feel
that
like
would be
there's no reason
crazy.
to not have one.
But it is like it's almost going that way though. Like
Yeah.
when are we going to get to the point where like all these actors and actresses decide to hell with Hollywood? Like we're going to
Yeah.
we're going to start our own YouTube channel, our own,
Some of them do though. Some of them do have
production.
their own channels like that.
I mean, but to the level of like
Not to the level of
I mean,
Hollywood
I
Pictures
was
or nothing like
yeah,
that, but
it's not to that level
pretty
of
great
production.
style documentaries. Like,
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, hey, I mean there is really like the sky is the limit when it comes to like
right.
live streaming. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
really neat stuff out there and it could be done in like, in 4K resolution, which is what
Mhm.
I mean, you can stream at that,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I've seen some pretty impressive YouTube videos just by like regular Joe Schmoes, you know what
oh
I mean? So
yeah.
I can only imagine like what a connected Hollywood elite could do on some YouTube stuff. So yeah.
Well, I take that back also. Like it is limiting to the servers that they use to live stream, like how quality it could be. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, it could be pretty epic.
Yeah.
Could be epic.
Got Travis in the building. What's up, Travis?
Travis, hello and welcome. What's up, Hillary?
Yo,
Not first, but
Hillary,
not
what's going
last.
on?
I
Yeah.
mean, you're not wrong.
Right. Ed, what's going on, man? Congrats on what was it, 750? 750 subs. Let's go.
Hey,
We'd
hey.
be at 1K if you wouldn't just keep taking these lapses in your content, bro.
Gotta stay with the
Gotta
consistency.
stay consistent, man.
You
But
know what?
he's got a job though, so it makes sense. And he resells.
Hey, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Let me
Yeah.
do you have Ed's link off the rip here?
No, but I can get it.
I'm gonna grab it really quick.
I beat you. I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm not even subscribed to Ed on this account. Okay, I got it. Yo, go hit
Okay,
up
it's like,
go hit up
guys, hit
Ed's
him up.
account.
Give him some subs.
Yeah, give that guy some love. We'd really
Yep.
appreciate it. We really have been like kind of bad about doing the channel blow up every week. So I'm glad that we did last week for Golf Host and we did this
Yeah.
week for Ed. So
Yep. We'll get back at it, man. You
we'll
know,
get
we kind of had a few weeks off there and kind of lost the swing of things.
we did. The
Mm,
holidays were a little crazy for sure. And
right.
getting married, that little thing,
Well,
So
yeah.
so
Right. We got Bobby. What's going on, Bobby? How are you?
What's up,
She said she's
Bobby?
got Nita says she's got 15 listed. She sold a vintage Hawaiian shirt, a Victoria's Secret bra, and a book. Nice.
Ooh,
So you're gonna
okay.
be at
I
everything
see.
seller from Selling
I
Jeans.
love the everything aspect of
Mm,
that. I love that.
there you go.
I love that. Especially like how do you feel about this, Marcus? Like, I mean,
What's
you
that?
were an everything reseller when you first started. If
Mhm.
you could like rewind time and start with clothing, do you think it would have been better or worse for you to like start your eBay journey as a whole? Like
Um,
niching down immediately,
I feel like everybody should start out as an everybody seller.
Yeah,
And I say that because it gives you, instead of just following the content creator you're watching or whatever the case may be,
sure.
instead of following in their footsteps, you can determine if that's a lane you want to get into, right?
Yeah.
So like when I first started, I was watching, a lot of different content. So I was selling some of everything. Well, then I started watching Daily Refinement's videos. So I started kind of gravitating towards selling jeans. But then I was also like a shoe seller because I was like watching Renzi content and I got my start selling hype sneakers.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, all right, I'm a jeans and a shoe seller. And then I met Flip the World, and he's a jeans and a shoe seller. And then I clicked up with him, and then Eric from Red Mountain Resell, and then Dana Invest, and we're like the four reselling Avengers. We literally, we literally have a Instagram thread and a message board between us. I'm gonna show you right now. Uh,
I
it's
have a
called the
I have a
resell.
story
It's
about
called.
Chris, by the way.
You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but that says the reselling Avengers, and it's between the four of us, and we like talk to each other all the time. But so like communicating with those guys had me like on a shoe and a sneaker selling kick. Well, then Dana Invest was like, "Hey man, what's your 90-day total?" And so like I told him, and at the time it was really low, and he's like, "Why don't you just go out and pick up these types of things and like electronics and VCRs and DVD players and DVD VCR recorders?" And so I was like, "All right." Well, then I did, and then I started making a little bit more money, but my buy cost was ridiculous. And at the time, I was part time and I was not making a lot of money, so I had to leave that lane alone. And that's right around the time that I met you, and I started pouring the gas into
Oh,
clothing. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But even at that time, I was still predominantly jeans, and jeans are heavier than all types of clothing.
For sure, for
Well, when I
sure.
decided to go full time, I decided the most affordable thing that I can get the absolute most of is going to be clothing. And that's when I decided to not just only sell jeans, but to sell everything in the clothing category to figure out which items inside jeans or inside the clothing category besides jeans I wanted to sell. And it's just kind of been evolving since then. But
Well,
if I would have never started out as an everything seller, I would have never known which certain random things like toys and DVDs and VHSs and certain, electronics and things do have value. You know what I mean? So like I can still relate to others when they find something good and I'm like, oh, that's a good find, or like help a new person because I have been a new person before and I have sold everything before.
right, right. No, and I mean, and it's a natural evolution kind of too, right? Like you're
Yeah.
already in the clothing section, and then like you kind of realize like, oh, I'm probably like leaving money on the table by not
Yeah.
selling this woman's blouse or whatever
Yeah.
it may be, and so I
Yeah.
think like even for me as somebody that like really started out like I only want to find video games and I don't care about anything else. Well, then it was
Right.
like, oh, what about like these DVDs or these cassettes or these CDs? And then it was like,
Yeah.
oh, what about these books, you know,
Yeah.
and then I find a $1,600 Stephen King, like, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, it was
Yeah.
it's just I wouldn't have known. I would have passed it up every day of the week when I first
Right.
started, you know, so
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
What was your funny story about Chris?
Oh yeah, yeah. So, um, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling Reddit as I'm on the toilet. I'm just gonna
Oh,
be honest. I'm just
yeah.
gonna be honest. I'm just sitting there. I'm scrolling on Reddit, and I see this headline pop up in my notifications. I don't know why like Reddit decided to notify me about this, but it you know
Hmm.
it's in Goodwill Bins subreddit, and it says currently watching a live auction of a guy selling women's bras from the bins, and immediately my brain goes, I bet that's Chris. I bet that's Flip the World
Hmm.
Chris. And sure as heck, I open the link and it says Flip the World Texas down on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see
Oh
that.
wow. Yeah.
But
So did you text him and tell him?
yeah, yeah. So I
Okay.
message him
Because
on
he hit me
Insta.
up and told me somebody told me, and I was like, oh, I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, I messaged Chris and I was like, "Yo, I just want to bring this to your attention because like they're
Yeah.
kind of talking a little bit of smack right now."
Yeah.
And the original poster said or somebody asked, is he actually getting sales? The original poster replied to that and said, yeah, he's at 54 sales. I would clown on someone in my head so hard if they were live streaming from our bins. It's in a tough neighborhood, and I could totally see daily problems over somebody doing that. And I'm like, okay, I have to
Good.
respond. I've responded to that, and I go, he's already had problems on his YouTube channel, and they were already resolved. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Like I've been to those bins, first of all. They're not like little soft like pushover bins, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I mean it's not like in the straight hood or nothing like that, but them people down there ain't playing, man. So first of all, you got to hold your ground no matter where you go. And
yeah,
second of all, it's none of no one's business what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, granted, don't get me wrong, he is doing it publicly on a public platform, but
Sure.
he's not bothering nobody. He's literally in a corner somewhere selling the items that he picked up out of his cart, which most of us are going to go sell what we got anyway.
Yeah,
So what does it even matter? You know what I mean? But
yeah,
everybody's going to hate, man, especially when what they seen was he's up to 54 sales already. Why can't I do that?
right,
That's what it is.
right.
You know,
It's just, it's just
it is what it
wild,
is,
bro.
man.
So Chris and I like exchange back and forth, like, bro, these people are wild. Like, I
Yeah,
could not believe it. So, yeah,
yeah, it's
it
hilarious.
was, it was something. What's up,
Jeff,
Jeff?
what's going on, man?
Are y'all those reselling guys? I mean, I guess we do a little bit of that. We do a little bit of
Oh, we're
content
just two
creation,
guys
you
with
know.
beards, man, talking on YouTube.
Yep, wearing some vintage Rams gear, you know. We planned this. We planned this.
Yeah. Ed says, thanks, Marcus. LOL. You know me, guys, kids, full-time job, and other as well. I have videos to make, but no time to make them. Focus more on the reselling. Hey, I understand. I understand. You better do like Daily Refinement did, man, and make content when everybody's asleep. That's what he did when his baby was first born, man. He's like, look, I'm trying to get this channel to 100K. Gotta crank these videos out.
Bro, that's not a lie because my friend Terry and I, he
Mhm.
was the one that did Extra Life with me alongside
Yeah.
Zesty. But you know, we've been talking about doing this little like kind of let's play not really a podcast, but almost a podcast sort of thing where we play
Mhm.
retro video games, and we kind of sit down for an hour and like really, you know, mash it out sort of thing. And he's
Yeah.
like, look, dude, if we're gonna do this, like we have to do it after Riley goes to bed, which is his daughter. And like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like this whole thing. Like you have it,
Yeah.
the older you get, the more like scheduled your life
Yeah.
has to be. Like it's,
Absolutely.
you know, you just can't like pick up and just
Well,
do stuff. You know,
it
it's
goes that's very I agree with you 100% because I'm 39 now and me at 35, man, I didn't have a schedule.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Me at 36, like me when I first started reselling, I didn't have a schedule. I woke up when I woke up and I did it when I did it.
right.
But the bigger you get at it and the more you try to grow, like the more structured and detailed you got to get with it.
Oh, for
So,
sure, for sure. I mean, that's just across the board though. Like even if you're not into reselling, like when you have another little human being to be
yeah,
responsible for, like
yeah,
the
they come
structure
first.
of your life changes, you know, like
Right.
you're
Yep.
getting up earlier, you're making extra food, you're doing
Yep.
XYZ. So, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yo, Ed, it's the least we can do. Okay, thank you for being here
Yeah.
and supporting us by just being here.
All right.
So
Chief Stacks, what's going
Chief
on, bro?
Stacks, what up, baby? Happy New Year. Happy
uh,
New Year.
let's see.
Hope you're doing well, Chief Stacks.
Jeff says, risk to reward for clothes is so great. If you go about it smart, hard to lose money. Very true.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't even think there's a lot of risk in clothing if you do it the correct way. I mean, it's
I think, man, all in all, like if you buy something that's name brand or like looks kind of cool, no matter what, you can at least break even with
that.
it.
I mean, at least make a $5 bill, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, hey, I'm sure there's plenty of clothing resellers that cut their teeth by selling, Levi 550s at $5
Yeah.
net profit, to
Yeah.
like, to learn.
Hey, I've never met anyone that went out of business selling items for profit.
Yeah, even for $5,
Right.
you know.
Profit's profit. You might have to
So
sell a boatload of them, but
hey,
hey, it all adds up.
that's the name of the game sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Jessica says she likes to source everything, but she's starting to see the benefits of selling clothing. The consistency is nice and it seems to be moving quicker for you. Nice.
yeah, I
That's what's
love
up.
that. I love that. Can I ask, are you since you're just like getting into clothing, kind of like I am, are you promoting everything, Jessica? I'm just curious. I'm really curious when I should turn on the sauce for like promotion of clothing for myself.
Uh,
Because I'm really only
so
at like maybe like 85ish like clothing items. So I don't know. I have
and
some
do you
promoted, some not.
promote anything on your store?
Yes, yeah, just clothing though. Clothing and hats and some plush, but mostly
So you don't
hats.
have anything else promoted?
Right, correct. Because like
Okay.
I've never felt the need to promote any of my hard goods. It's all
I can see that,
yeah,
especially because the thing with like hard goods is most of the time you there. I feel like their sell through rate is much more accurate on
sure.
hard goods than a random piece of clothing.
Well, do you feel like that's because of like incoming and outgoing trends too? Maybe because like
Partly
you know,
part of it is also due to the fact that people don't want to pay that much for used clothing versus a hard good. I
yeah,
feel like they feel it's worth more to pay the going price for it. You know what I mean? Versus I could have a pair of Levi's listed for 25 bucks and I'll get a $10 offer and the guy will be like, I just don't want to pay that much for a used pair of jeans.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Well, and the
Versus if
availability.
I buy your Vitamix blender for 75 bucks used, that's still an awesome deal. You know what I mean? And you probably got it for
Yeah.
$6.
Well,
You know?
and there's going to be more jeans out there, and there's going to be more sellers that might be apt to
Right.
take that low ball offer too. So I mean, it is maybe it isn't risky, but there's more competition in
Yeah.
clothing, which might be a little cumbersome for new resellers to really kind of wrap they might be scared to promote everything at 10% or 9% or
Well,
whatever,
you don't have to you definitely don't have to promote it 10%, but,
I'm just using that as an
the
example,
right, I
but
get it, I get it. Because I mean, after a certain point, man, there's gonna be a point of diminishing returns, right?
yeah,
If I promote something at 10%, will I get more traffic if I promote it at 20%, or will I get the
ex-
same amount of traffic but just pay more?
exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Like, am I gonna eat into my profit by driving the traffic? Like
Yeah.
yeah, it all comes to like a zero sum at
Yep.
some point, So
I would probably dabble with it on older items first.
yeah,
Items that you've had for a couple of months, turn on like the 2% promotion,
yeah,
see if it starts moving any of them before dabbling with lowering the price. And then if you start to notice that the traffic is increasing because you have promoted certain items, then maybe consider doing a blanket promotion on items. But I've been promoting from day one. As soon as I was eligible to promote stuff, I started promoting it heavily. Not heavily, but regardless of whatever it was, I promoted hype sneakers. I promoted video games. It didn't matter.
yeah.
I promoted it all.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like the clothing sales that I've had thus far, it's a pretty mixed bag between promoted items and non-promoted items.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's could be other factors that play into that
yeah,
too. Like, maybe I did lower the price,
right.
and I just didn't even, or whatever it may be. So,
My promoted sales totally blow my organic sales out of the water, but I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
It's
I think that's
the
pretty.
amount.
Yeah, like I think that's a pretty obvious metric. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
you know, I don't know. What's up, Steve? By the way,
What up, Steve?
he said I have considered doing my pictures at the bins while I'm researching items. Yeah, I mean, you could totally do that.
Yeah. You can do that. I feel like I don't know, for me, I feel like that would take a tremendous amount of time. Uh, but hey,
I
if you're
mean,
doing a handful of items a day or
that
10,
that's
20
yeah.
items a
I
day,
was gonna
maybe.
say I think that maybe Steve's level is he can
I
factor
don't
that
even know
in.
how many items Steve lists a day. Steve, how many do you list?
I'm not sure either. The Let's Do Lunch podcast, which
Hey,
hey,
ladies,
Angie or Rachel
Angie,
or
Kristen, or
Kristen,
Rachel,
yeah, one of you
whichever one.
guys,
Yeah.
says, "Hey, resellers with the beards." Okay, well, you didn't have to
Hey,
attack us that way. Popping
popping
in to
in to
hit the
hit the
like.
like. That's
Hey,
what's up.
we really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Hillary says she's taking pics in the parking lot at the bins. I've taken pics in the parking lot at the bins of super cool finds, like when I first started, like no clothing, but like hard goods. Like when I first start going to the bins, I would find like not rare, but like expensive-ish DVDs or CDs or like sealed sets. And like I found a Lassie DVD that was, or a CD or something that was going for like $50. I was like, yeah, let me get this thing listed right
Yeah,
now.
shout out to Lassie.
It sold overnight. Literally, when I woke up in the morning, it sold. So yeah,
That's
it was pretty
awesome.
good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Should have done that for the tape. I should have done that for the for the sealed Wu
Yeah.
Tang.
Yeah. Ed says he already wakes up at 3 a.m. for work, and then he gets off at 1 p.m. After that, it's packing and dropping off at the post office, then list and sleep. I spend time with my daughter in between that time, of course. Yeah,
Man, that is a rough schedule.
that's a grind. Yep.
Did you ever work a like just a regular old job where you were third shift or even like second shift?
Dude, I've worked an overnight shift before at a job, like at
Ugh.
this diner,
Yeah.
uh, on in Soulard.
Okay.
It didn't last very long. Uh, the job nor the actual facility itself.
Gotcha.
Um, like since it was overnight and it was a diner, and like it was a diner, but it was next to like a club. Like the owner owned the club and he owned the diner. And
Gotcha.
um I can't remember the name of it. It was like
I was gonna ask you, like, do you remember the
Broad
name?
7th on Broadway or something like that. It was a
Uh,
gay club. It was a gay club, and then
I
the
don't
diner was
know.
next door to it. I can't remember the name of, but I can't remember the name of the diner at this point either, dude. I was so out of my mind during those days.
I mean, I was
Um,
gonna say I didn't spend a lot of time like in the city back then,
well,
so
dude, I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
imagine you'd be down in a gay bar either, though. So,
I mean, that's fair too, but I
I mean,
mean, yeah.
nothing like that. But I just, the place closed down like I want to say it's like 2008, and I only think it was open like 5 months.
Oh,
Because I only
okay.
had the job at the restaurant like 3 months, and as soon as I stopped working there, it closed down. Like there was
Okay.
never anybody there ever,
Hold
so
on.
it was
So
not popular.
I just want to get this straight though. I just want to get this straight. They had a nightclub, okay, assuming
Right?
that this is open till like 3 a.m. because it's in the city of St. Louis,
Yeah.
and a diner open 24 hours, okay,
Right.
right next to each other,
Right next to each other.
and they closed within 5 months.
Yeah.
How? Like
I don't know, dude.
you
Like
have
I
to
think there
do
was a bunch of like splurging in personal life because like
had to have been
the owner had two boyfriends, and he had
okay,
like a brand new BMW and like another car, and like they all lived together in this big house, and like they
okay,
just always like were partying. You like all day long, like it didn't matter what time of day it was, you saw them, they
okay.
were partying, like
That makes
straight
more
lit, you know?
that makes more sense. But I'm just saying right now, if like somebody came to me and was like, "Yo, I got this space that's a food space
Right.
and a club space
And it's prime real estate,
In
Soulard, yeah.
Soulard,
Right.
bro, I'm like, I'm set. Give me that property right now. Like
Right.
I will make money in that
Yeah.
situation.
Well, the owner was
Money.
always like he had a Keno and he had pull tab machines in there, and he was always at the machine, like betting and playing. I'm like, dude, you got a real problem. So yeah, they didn't stay open very long.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yep,
That's
that was my overnight job. Then I had two jobs at one point in time. I used to work at a can opener factory on Chippewa,
Okay.
right past Gravois.
Yeah,
It's some car dealership or something now. It's
I know.
like
Yeah,
right where the Vidoc was. It
I
used to
know
be Swing
exactly.
Away.
Yeah.
I worked there, and then I worked at an Italian restaurant in Webster Groves in the evening time. So
Okay.
I've done my fair share of work, and I've also done my fair share of not working and being a menace to society. Some of those simultaneously.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I'm on a whole different level now, man.
What's up, Carrie? By the way, uh,
Hey, Carrie.
I no, I did work one sort of late night job. So I was
Yeah.
a door guy slash bar back at a little tiny hole in the wall bar in
Mhm.
West County of St. Louis. And so
Yeah.
like we were open until 1:30, but like by the time you closed down everything, it was usually like 2:30 or so.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 o'clock if it was like a crazy night. But that's like the farthest I've ever done. But that was like in my early 20s when I was like already drinking at the bar anyway. So it was like getting paid to drink at the bar that I was already
Yeah.
hanging out at. So
Nice.
it was like it was one of the best jobs, like
Right.
for the time, I mean, being a young little ruffian or whatever.
Of
But
course.
I could never imagine working actual like overnight, like 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that would kill me.
That
That would
would. Yeah.
kill me.
So my evening shifts there was I think it was 11 to 7, and it was rough. You know what I
That's
mean?
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I would come home and like go straight to bed, but sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I'd be like whatever and just stay up.
Right.
Then it would be really rough, and yeah, I just didn't enjoy it, man. You did
No,
not
dude,
agree with me.
I don't think the human body is like built for that.
Yeah.
I just think that like the way that humans have evolved over time, like we've
Mhm.
literally naturally like gotten up with the sun and gone
Yep.
to bed when the sun goes down. So
Yep.
like that's what our body
It's built
craves.
into
But
our genetic code. Yeah.
exactly. I just want to make a short little mention about that job that I worked
Mhm.
at the bar. I found out like this is so skeezy. I just wanted to share this with you guys. But I found the perfect angle to where the cameras couldn't see me at the
Mhm.
draft tap. And so I'd peek my hand around the corner from the kitchen and I'd fill my glass up with beer and the cameras couldn't see me. And I'd go back to my little area on the front of the bar and go back to
Yeah.
work and like
Dude,
casually be carding people. It was
I
such a
used to work downtown on the landing,
oh my
and
god.
there used to be this bar, it was called, Feisty Bulldog.
I don't remember that
It
one.
was open for, like, 5 years, directly across the street from, the spaghetti factory, next
Okay,
door
yeah.
to, what's the, place down there that's Showme's? That's like
Show me.
Hooters, but it's
Oh
like
yeah, I think so. Right? Show me. That
I think
sounds
that's what
right.
it's called, Showme's,
I don't know,
like Show
but
Me
anyway.
Steak,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
so, yeah. And it was a nightclub and a bar. Like, there was a bar called Throttle that was downstairs. It was a bar and, like, a small nightclub-ish type thing, and then
Yeah.
the upstairs restaurant was called the Feisty Bulldog, and it was a two-level bar. There was 3 bars in the building, and there was pool tables and stuff like that. And I used to work there in the kitchen, and we had these dishes that required, like, American honey and, another, like, different type of wild turkey beverage, and we
Okay.
kept these bottles in the kitchen where we cooked at, and, like, I was the manager. So we were in there getting sauced like nobody's business, man. I kept that job for, like, 2.5 years, man. It was crazy. Like, why
Oh my gosh.
you let me run a job like that back in my wild
Right,
days.
back on the landing too, because like
Yeah, yeah,
if you guys are any familiar with St. Louis, like the landing right now is nothing. It is a ghost
yeah,
town pretty much.
yeah,
Things have dispersed into neighborhoods where like back in the day when Marcus were in our early 20s, the
yeah.
landing was the spot. Like
It
if
was
you
the
partied
spot.
in the city, you partied on the landing.
Yep,
Like that was
yep.
that was it. So uh, back to what I asked Jessica though. She said she does promote everything in my store. Normally have a 10% coupon. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
nice. It
Ed
says
said,
right now he's promoting it 6% for his common items or common shoes. Stuff that has a little competition, he do it 2% if that at all. Okay.
okay, okay, that's a pretty good approach. I like that. I like that. Kristen said I
Kristen,
promote at
yes.
2% because the rep from eBay at Boss Remix said it doesn't make a big difference, and why give eBay more money? Interesting. Interesting.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
Well, I mean, I guess that's something to play around with then.
This person's been 555 me to death on this Harley shirt, man. This is like his third offer
Oh
of
no.
555.
Oh no. I'm hitting the
What do you
decline
guys feel
button.
about I don't decline anything though. What
I
do you
mean,
guys feel about
that's fair.
a person that continuously sends the same offer? Like, does that irk you? Does that get under your skin?
I mean, it has to irk everyone, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
some
got to
people are
irk
real
everyone.
passive and they don't care. Even I'm a Christian and I'm like super annoyed by it.
Listen, that's when, like, I will send a counter offer. If it's a super low ball, I send a counter offer. If they send the same exact offer, or they send an offer that's like 10 cents or $1 more,
Yeah.
that's a decline. I know the game that you're playing, and it's just like, nah,
Yeah.
bro, we're not doing it.
Mm.
Hillary says, I currently promote everything at 2%, and I did notice a difference in views and sales compared to not promoting. Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
try my entire store at 2% and see
Just try.
what's going on.
Well, see, man, this is the thing, though, man. Like, I feel like eBay is spiteful. You know what I mean? So, like, if you start, you can't stop.
Yeah,
You
like
can
once you're in,
once you're promoting, though, man. Like, but you
right.
better not. You better
Right,
not
right.
turn that off.
Right.
Vengeful, like we'll show you.
Right,
You know?
right. Well, I've resisted, promoting my entire store for this long, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of like only doing certain types of, like, promoting all my clothing, promoting all my hats,
Yeah.
maybe even like I might go into like promoting all my shoes and plush too, because they're a little bit
Mhm.
slower sellers right now, but
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Steve said I average around one new listing per day. Between that and relisting old items, I usually just max out my free 250 listings a month. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Yeah.
What's up, Gulf Coast? How's that
What up, man?
1,000 subscriber life
Yeah.
feeling?
Congrats.
Congrats again. Hey from UK, been selling for a year, doing well so far. Used to work 72 hours a week, 3-day, 24-hour shifts. Did
Wow,
you?
that sounds like a nightmare.
First of all, proof I haven't seen you in a while, but
Yeah.
also, were you doing like some sort of like EMT or like doctor health
Or
related?
factory work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, 324s is that's brutal stuff. But I mean,
So
that's
you need like a 2 days of that, 3 days off to recuperate.
yeah. Well, that's kind of like, I once dated a gal that was an ER nurse, and it's like 3 days on,
Mhm.
3 days off, because if it's any more than that, like it takes a
Yeah.
toll on you, like you can only
Yeah.
see so much trauma, like come in and
Right.
out of your workplace
Yeah,
until you need a
exactly.
break, so yeah, for sure, for sure.
GCP. What's GCP mean?
I want to know. Is it something secret? Can you guys tell us?
Mhm.
I do love that hat.
Oh,
Marcus
Gulf
loves
Coast
that hat.
Pickers. Gulf Coast Pickers. Yeah, the hat. I
Ah,
haven't worn it a lot lately. Just cause it gets dirty, man. I don't want to clean it.
that's fair. That's
So
fair.
I've
That's
been
totally
rocking
fair.
my BPN hat. I found another Carhartt hat,
Okay.
beige one or
Okay.
khaki, whatever color. It's in the wash right now, so I'll be rocking him soon. I got it yesterday at the bins.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, man.
I've been going back and forth about wearing hats. So like before I shaved my head, I was super conscious about my receding hairline, like so I'd always
Mhm.
wear a hat, type of thing.
Yeah, that's why I always wear a hat.
And like once I just shaved everything off, once I freed myself of that
Yeah.
burden, I'm just like, I don't need hats,
I'll
But
still probably wear a hat though, man. I just like wearing hats.
I mean, that's
But I'm
fair.
thinning. I'm thinning out there though, bro. Like it's happening. You
Bro,
can see some
get
scalp.
get out of here. Chat, back me up, man. Marcus doesn't have anything to worry about. He's
Yeah,
fine.
trust me, it
He's
looks worse
fine.
in person.
Bro, JT Nonsense said Mississippi Nights missed that place. Yes.
Hey, yeah,
Man, Mississippi
yeah,
Nights, bro. That was an epic venue.
yeah.
Epic venue.
Ed says he would have declined and blocked.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you. I mean, I would
Hillary, I did counter with a much higher offer.
listen. I'm not blocking them, but I'm definitely declining if they're
Yeah.
playing that game.
So I did block buyers that have more than I think it was 5 or 6, maybe it was less than that. I don't remember exactly the specifics, but I did block people for non-payments, and I feel like my non-payment has gone down since I've done that.
Okay.
Blocking people that have so many non-payments in a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
So
because I mean, people just want to be out there trolling, like
yeah, they just want to put stuff on layaway and
they
all this
just
and all that.
you know
And
what I'm saying though? Like people
yeah,
just are out there to to grief you, you know? So,
Yeah, definitely.
yep. Ed says, just remember that promoting just brings it back to or brings it to the first page at the top. If you ever have a bad cover photo that doesn't entice a buyer to click, then you'll have higher impressions but bad CTR.
Yep.
I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. So like,
What's up, Miss Lachey?
Miss Lachey, you are late, and I am upset. Oh man.
Ah, Idiot Proof says you have to put 2.1% so you can beat everyone else at 2%.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's true. That is very true. I'm gonna put 2.2 now because everybody else is gonna put 2.1. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
ahead of the game of the people that are
Gulf
ahead of the
Coast
game.
Pickers. They're raking in the pennies, they said. Those pennies add up though,
Hey,
man. You
I
just gotta
mean,
get those views.
is there like a count? Is there a total count of listings on eBay? I mean, it obviously has to
Uh
be in the billions,
let's
right?
try and Google it, man.
I really want to know like what is the well, obviously that fluctuates every day because of how many sales transpire on that platform, but oh my gosh, okay. So Idiot Proof said that he worked at a mental home. If you work at an
1.6
institution,
billion.
how many?
1.6 billion.
1.6 billion. So
Yeah.
even at a penny per per listing, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's granted if every listing was promoted, which
No, I think he was talking about for YouTube. You
oh,
asked him how
oh,
the
oh,
YouTube
oh.
1000 felt. He said it feels good. He's raking in the pennies.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Got it. I thought you were talking about eBay. But yeah, if you're working at a mental institution, and yeah, I can imagine 3 days off, 3 days on is exactly the schedule you have to be, because you can only take so much of that as
Yeah.
as just a normal.
But there's a lot of screaming and
Yeah,
maniacal
well,
stuff
yeah,
going on
yeah,
there.
exactly. High
Yeah.
stress for sure. Gonna list and lurk, so gonna be quiet over here.
Hey, no
Well,
problem.
if you want to be cool like Kristen, I mean, you don't have to be listing, but if you hit that
You
thumbs
have
up
to be
button,
here. Yeah.
you have to be here too. Doesn't count.
Gulf Coast Picker says I found an Oklahoma shark tooth hat sold it for 150. I think did you post that on Instagram? I think I saw
I
somebody
feel
that
like I
had
saw that too.
yeah. It was like red and white.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
that's
if it's the Oklahoma Sooners,
Sooners.
yeah, it's the Sooners.
I believe I saw that
I
post.
mean, Sooners have a really like solid following, so I am not surprised. So yeah, Idiot Proof, thank you so much for being here for the long haul. You definitely were like one of the first ones to come around,
Day
man.
one
So
OG.
yeah, yeah, for sure. What's up, Tiffany?
What's up, Tiffany?
Welcome, welcome. How's your new year going? What is up?
Steve says 2.21. Miss Lachey says, "Get over it, Ray. I'm thrifting."
Okay, all
Hey,
right. I
that's
appreciate
pretty cool
you
to attend while you're
multitasking.
thrifting. Right.
Listen, you gotta if you're walking through the thrift right now, you gotta be like, "Yo, Dixon's Pickins, good game grabs. Have you subbed to them? Do you even know
Yeah.
anything? Like, what's wrong with you guys?"
Yeah. I don't think I saw the short, but I do think I saw the post.
For what?
I was talking to Gulf Coast Pickers.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
Boomer Sooner, Jessica, are you guys from Oklahoma too or something?
I didn't know that that was like a saying.
No,
I'm
that's
I'm
fine.
like I'm only hip to like Mizzou stuff where they do like the MIZ and then you respond with ZOU. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's silly.
Dude, I've been selling some Mizzou stuff lately though.
Really? I mean, I've
Yeah.
sold Mizzou stuff before, and I think it's kind of the same thing with the cards and the blue stuff that we probably come across all the time. Is that we
Mhm.
feel like since we see so much of it, it
It's
can't
not
be
worth
worth
anything.
money. But
Right.
I think it's we're missing like an opportunity there. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely sold some Mizzou stuff, and I definitely try to keep it on my radar.
So what I've been doing is only picking up Nike Mizzou stuff.
That's a good
Because at
idea.
first I was picking up all Mizzou stuff and it wasn't selling. And then so I noticed that out of the Mizzou stuff that was selling, it was Nike branded. So I
Gotcha.
stopped picking up anything else that wasn't Nike branded. And I mean, it's not a fast seller and you don't want to flood your store with it, but it does sell.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I think that having like an SEC football team and stuff like that
Hmm.
makes it, definitely a good university to collect merchandise for. So
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely have a following, but we don't have as
Yeah.
big of a following as like Ohio State or
No.
Alabama Roll Tide or you
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
So I think it's definitely worth picking up. But yeah, I think you're right. Like, I mean, even with like blues and cards stuff, like it's important to look at the brand. If it's like an off-branded, like came out of like the Post Dispatch or something type of like hat or
Yeah.
something, I'm probably
Yeah.
passing it up. So
Right.
yeah, definitely. Ed said I've been here since under 100 subs for Marcus. How time
Yep.
has passed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah. He
well,
was
yeah. I think
definitely
Marcus
day
and I
one.
met each other when like we respectively were at like 700 and 500 subs or something like that, or
Yep.
700 and
Yeah.
400 or something. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
think I was right. I think I was right at 500.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Man,
man. Times have changed.
times have changed for sure.
I was
Born
just
and
thinking about
raised,
that earlier too, man.
huh?
When I was driving to my storage unit, I was like, man, remember when I met Ray? I was only at 500 subs, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. 500.
Yeah,
We were youngins. We were
yeah.
youngins.
Little newborns. Now we're just toddlers.
Right, right. We can reach the cookie jar now.
Right. Tiffany said, as soon as I became an American citizen, my friend from Oklahoma claimed me as a Sooner fan. Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jessica said, born and raised in Oklahoma, you're either a Sooner fan or an Oklahoma State Cowboys fan. A lot of
Okay.
people will ask you who you like when they first meet you. It's wild. I mean, we have like the dumb tradition, at least not so much anymore, but definitely when I was younger, of like
I've never
asking
heard of that.
which high school you
Oklahoma
went to.
Cowboys.
I've never heard of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but I'm also not a huge college fan, so my knowledge is limited.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a silly thing about like asking you where you went to high school in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, but it is
Or if you're from St. Louis or St. Louis City
right, right,
or
yeah,
St. Louis County, I mean.
right. I got what you were saying. But Bama claimed my daughter for Roll Tide.
Nice.
Listen, that's a program that has like a huge following. That's like
Yeah.
a way of life for some people down there, which
I I went there and I
you
was
know
like, nice. I see why people like this place.
I don't know. I just find it weird. Like I get being like a huge sports fan, but when it's like your whole identity, I'm like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know about this. It's a little weird.
Face paint, tattoos, stickers and flags on your car.
Well, you can be that level of fan, but your whole life doesn't have to like be the sport all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to. You can still like you can be the weekend warrior who goes out there and like, bumps chests with people while
Yeah.
your whole body's painted, like
You got the pajamas on, you got the rim cap covers on your car.
right.
You got cups,
Right.
sunglasses.
You got the wallet, you got the
Shower curtain.
license plate frame.
Yeah, your mailboxes. You
Your
got the flags hanging outside your porch.
you have two newborns and one is named Roll, the other is named Tide.
Yeah. Yeah. Her toy is a plush elephant.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
dedication.
No, I mean I get it though. Like there is a lot of like cult following for college sports, and I hope they get paid more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, so I know that they started allowing them to like get
Yeah, they started
what-
allowing them to get
yeah,
collections
so
from
that's pretty cool because before
yeah.
all they could do was like make money off like TikTok and
for
YouTube
their
and
namesake.
things like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
Yes, I agree. Everything up here in New England is all Patriots all the time. Oh yeah, I mean that's like, when St. Louis still had a football team, that was like our arch nemesis. So
Yeah.
if I ever went to New England, I should say when I go to New England because I do want to get up there. It's probably going to be fun to go to a local sports bar and root against the Patriots. So
Root against them.
oh yeah. I
down.
have no qualms of like going
Yeah.
into a bar or a restaurant or whatever and like just
You get
vehemently
whooped on,
being
dude.
being that I'll be that guy.
They're gonna beat you up. They're gonna literally throw. They're gonna air toss you out of the bar.
Bro, let him. Let him. It'll make good content, you know. I
Yeah, yeah. Zesty's gonna be like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Mm,
No, there was this guy when we were at my bachelor party in New Orleans, and there
mm,
was this. We were watching the Cardinals game because it was like monumental for them to win this game to make the playoffs. And there was this one drunk guy at the bar who would just not stop, just like
mm.
degrading the Cardinals. And we're just like, yo, haha, like
Yeah,
whatever, dude. Like you're just being like drunk or whatever. But he just would
yeah,
not stop, and it got so annoying.
yeah,
So annoying. Just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
yeah. Stores have slower business on Saturdays during football season here. Best time to shop. That sounds about right.
Dude, no, that's facts. That's facts. Like I've been to the bins recently on Sundays, especially the
Mhm.
morning shift, and it is a lot chiller. It's a lot chiller for sure.
I think all the morning shifts are chillier than the afternoon shifts.
I think it goes both ways. It goes both
You got a lot
ways.
of people that like to sleep in, man.
Yeah, but not on Mondays or Wednesdays or Fridays. I feel like
I don't know. That's the only days I've gone is Monday and Wednesday
I just feel like it's so crazy on Monday
and
mornings.
Friday.
Cause like
It is
everybody's
closed on Monday
cause
mornings.
everybody's like refreshed on Monday. They're like, all right, because like most of the people that go during the week don't go
Mm.
during the weekend. So like once Monday rolls around, it's like, all right, back to the
Yeah.
grind. Like I mean,
So
it's
the last 2 weeks I've gone on Wednesday, and in my opinion, I don't think it's any different. However, I did get more items on Wednesday and last Wednesday.
okay,
So I don't
okay,
know. I'm gonna put it back to the test on this coming Monday because the one thing that I didn't like about it is that I had to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to pack all my orders.
right, right,
Whereas on Sunday night I pack all my orders so that
yeah,
way Monday I can sleep till like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then hop on the road.
right, because you
So
get that
yeah, I
buffer.
don't. Yeah, I don't like having to get up that early just to come up there because then I stay up there all day, and then I'm tired and like nodding out on the way home. That's just not good
No,
for life.
that's yeah. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Grateful Thrift said for the both of you, what goals do you have for 2023? I'm working on social media. Signed, Grateful. Mine is to just have a little bit more structure in my creation and listing schedule and list 10 to 15 items a day instead of 7 to 10. That's where I'm at. So,
That's what's up.
I would like to be
So
just yeah, those two simple things.
yeah, I'm on the same kind of level with the simplicity of things. Uh, Everything I've done this year or in 2022 worked well enough. What's up, Tank Buddy?
Yeah. He
So
just the door like creaked open. I was like, "What's
yeah,
who's creeping on me?"
so there's Zesty. Hey
Hi,
Zesty.
sweetheart.
So the plan worked well for 2022, right? Three uploads, well, two videos a week, and an alternating two streams. So
Right.
it's either three
Well, one
streams or
constant, one alternating.
yeah, yeah. So there's three pieces of content coming out on my channel every week for sure, right?
Right.
Sometimes four, sometimes not. So I'm going to keep up with that. I don't really feel like at this point in time I can add more content to my schedule without it just being a hindrance
Right.
and me not enjoying it at that point because
Yeah.
uh,
Well,
I'm
you have
listing
to
60 a day now. So
yeah,
even
you
though
have
it's
to
just
take
five extra
away,
listings, right?
one from the other.
Because what I did notice, I wasn't able to film either one of these Wednesdays that I was going up there trying to get 300 pieces because I was literally from beginning to end counting in my head until I hit 150 pieces, and I didn't finish getting those 150 pieces till like 15 minutes left.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like, man, how am I supposed to record Ben's videos now when I'm trying to get so many items? You
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean, in a day. So like, I don't really think I can take on anything else like that in my as far as social media and content creation goes. I don't have any aspirations for like social media as far as like Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. Like I could care less about all three of those platforms. That's why I don't post anything on Instagram. Very, very rarely do I post anything on there. I don't use Facebook. I have an account. I haven't posted anything in like years. I never will post anything there ever again. Uh, if I didn't have the reseller Nirvana, I wouldn't even have a Facebook account. But As far as business goes, the only thing I'm going to do is list 50 a day and try to get up to selling 50 a day. That's all I want to do.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
have monetary goals or nothing. Just
Yeah,
list 50, sell 50.
I think we talked about that last week. It's like don't have
Yeah,
the monetary goal, just have the listing goal,
yeah,
in mind cuz, you never know. Like you might sell a bunch of $5 items,
yep,
in that 50, and that's not going to
mhm,
you're going to be stressing about it
right,
if it's a monetary goal. So,
exactly.
you might make
Yep,
some decisions that you regret, So,
yeah, yep,
for sure. I think another thing that I do want to add to that is maybe just Zesty and I have been talking about tackling shorts a little bit more, YouTube shorts.
yeah.
So yeah, adding that into the content creation side, for sure.
Yeah, shorts are, see, I don't consider shorts as like content. Like it is content, don't get me wrong. But I don't think of it as like a task. I don't think of it
Sure.
as like, oh man, I gotta make it short, because it literally doesn't take long at all.
Yeah.
I mean, now they can take quite some time to
Well,
make it
yeah. I
short,
guess it depends.
you
Yeah.
know,
Like if what
depends on the
niche you're
effort.
talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like I overthink shorts. I'm like I got to
right,
make it this production thing. I got to like
yeah,
add graphics. I've got to do all
right,
this, and like like you're saying, like I just doing it, is
right.
probably the better
Like
approach.
Jiggly Thrift, man, he's like, it takes me like an hour to make a TikTok. And I
Yeah.
was like, dude, what? And he's like, yeah, man, but the effort pays off because his
It,
TikTok is like hundreds of thousands of followers. You know what I mean?
sure.
And so
Sure.
like the effort definitely pays off. Like I just clip a video, like, or like make a
Yeah.
real quick
Yeah.
clip.
Like
I don't put
recycle the
nothing
content.
on the screen. Like very rarely do it. Because I'm not trying to do all that. You know what I mean? Now if I had some team doing social media for me, like and doing content
Oh
creation for
yeah.
me, it'd be
let,
a whole other story.
let me get one of those for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh man, let me get one of those.
Right. I mean, eventually, man, the YouTube will pay for that. But right now, I'm only making like 300 a month, so I'm kind of like using that for other things.
Sure.
Uh, like I'm gonna buy a probably I don't need another microphone, but I'm gonna buy not a computer, camera with
Yeah.
my next payout.
Yep. Get that
So
Logitech action going on
yeah,
for
yep,
sure. Idiot Proof also says I have some sports stuff like baseball gloves and golf clubs, but not much interest in the UK. Should I do global shipping on my store? Anyone?
yeah,
I mean, the shipping would probably be insane for a golf club, but
yeah.
why not? I definitely
Why
think the
not?
baseball gloves 100% you should do
I've
global shipping
sold
on.
I've sold golf clubs in the global shipping program though. When
Really?
I did sell them, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I've
Well,
sold a whole set in a global shipping program before.
wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I can only imagine like, you know, what they would pay, but I mean
I
if they're
mean, if you're
willing,
willing to pay
that's
it,
exactly like
you know.
it's yeah, it doesn't hurt to try, I guess. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Hillary says if you ever want to get jumped, go to a bar in Boston and root for the other team.
Right, right.
Listen,
I can only see him.
here's the
That's
thing.
not smart.
Here's the thing about St. Louis sports, and this is why I love this city, specifically when it comes to sports. Is like we don't care where you're from. We're not gonna heckle you. We're not gonna like
Yeah,
give you super dirty looks. Like we're probably gonna like buy you a beer if you're like rooting for the other team. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
yeah,
like if
we
you go
don't
to
care
like
about that.
Philadelphia, bro, those fans will straight jump you. Like they
Yeah,
will throw
you're
stuff
gonna
at
die.
you. Like it.
Pretzel to the head,
Yeah, bro.
hot dog,
That's why I'm
beer bottle.
proud. That's why I'm proud of St. Louis, like the sports culture.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
yeah.
But you know what, Hillary? Whenever I put getting jumped on my bucket list, I will fly up there and I'll do exactly that. And I'll be sure to GoPro the entire thing.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, man.
gosh.
I definitely want to do some traveling to other states real soon. I think the next place I want to go to is probably like I really been thinking about going to Indianapolis,
Dude.
to the
Yeah.
bins up there because there's a bunch of bin stores up there.
There's four.
And then yeah, and then I think the next closest place that has a bunch of bin stores is like somewhere around Detroit. I think Detroit has like a couple up there, but that's a
Okay.
pretty far drive.
Yeah, dude. I really enjoy the architecture of Indy as a city,
Yeah,
and some great sports of teams up there as well. If you're into
yeah.
that, and like
I'm
good
not into
food. So,
sports at all.
but
I've gone to Cardinals games just because I'm from St. Louis and I
yeah,
like. The
Dude, that's like
Cardinals.
a rite of passage. You got to go
Yeah,
to a
like
Cardinals
you
game.
gotta go to the Cardinals.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure.
went to like 4 games in one season and paid like $300-400 for seats each time, and they were
Oh
like
man.
weeks apart from each other, man. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
I bet they were really good seats though. So,
Yeah, Hillary, she just said "Wicked Smart." I just seen a shirt in the bins yesterday that said "Wicked Smart" on it. I was like, "No way,
oh my
dude!"
gosh, I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
mm,
I just picture
I should have
what's
picked
his
it up.
face from Matt Damon. That's all I picture
yeah.
whenever I hear
From
that.
the movie with
Yeah,
Jack Nicholson
yeah,
and
or no, not that one, but the one where he's a genius. Why am I
oh
blanking so hard? Why?
Goodwill Hunting.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I
We'll
picture.
see that other movie. Oh, I can't remember the one with
I
him, Mark Wahlberg, Jack
yeah
Nicholson. It's like a
yeah
mob movie.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah yeah
he was a he was in there talking like that too.
yeah oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, how do you like them apples? I got a
Yeah.
number. Yeah, and he puts the number up to the window.
Mm.
Oh man, wicked
Jessica
smart.
says we need 2 bin stores so bad here. Ours was packed today in the middle of the day. Yeah, I
Man,
can see that.
I can only hope that they open more bins stores throughout the country because
They
like
need to.
I feel like there's a bunch of resellers out there that that need it. So
Yeah. I
that's what
would
I can
love to
say.
not travel 2 hours away to go to mine, but I'd rather travel 2 hours than 4 hours. There's
Absolutely.
people that's like, oh, I'm thinking about driving 5 hours away to the bins, and I'm like, dang,
Yeah, and
it's a long day.
that's not feasible. That's not. I mean,
Yeah,
unless you like, I guess if you put yourself up for a couple days in like a
yeah.
hotel, or whatever, and just
Like
thrift it.
Jeff and Tara, they stay 4 hours away from the bins, and they
Yeah,
drive up there.
yeah,
They do stay overnight, I think, though,
they
right?
do. Yeah, they do.
Most of the time, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but either way, I don't know. Joe, thank you for being, at least
Hey, Joe.
admitting that you were late.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Joe,
man.
we hope you're doing well, and I hope your new year is going well. But
Absolutely.
speaking of, that is
That's
about
the
that
wrap.
time. It is
Yeah.
time for us to depart. I know you guys are going to cry yourselves to
Yep.
sleep tonight, but you know what? We're going to be back here next week, same day,
Yeah.
same time, but we'll be on
Yep.
Marcus's channel. And
Yep.
if you guys aren't subbed over there, please go sub to Marcus's channel. The link
Appreciate it.
just got posted on the Nightbot there, so you
Thank you,
guys can
Nightbot.
go click that link and yeah. Anything that you want to add before we get out of here?
The video coming out tomorrow at around 3 p.m.
Cool.
So just be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I'll have the video coming out at 7 a.m. tomorrow myself, and yeah, should be a fun one. And until next week, guys, we'll see you then. And peace out.
Peace.
Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Take it easy.